And so the exodus begins, starting with Ayoze Perez. So, looks like Ayoze Perez is off to Leicester City for £30 million. Now, would you begrudge him of that? Because he's been at our club for a while now. He's almost become like part of the furniture. Um, it's a bitter pill to take, really, because I haven't been his greatest fan in the past. I'll hold my hands up on that. Anyone follow me on Twitter can see that. But his second half of the season records speak for themselves, especially in the past two seasons. I think he's finished top goal scorer in our past two seasons alone. That just says it all. Not on great numbers. I mean, he got 12 last season, I believe, and maybe 10 the season before that. But his link-up play, the three amigos, as we was calling them, with Rondon and, of course, Almiron, was something spectacular, really, for us especially. And then for him to go now, Rondon not to sign, and Almiron's probably just looking around thinking, hey, what's going on? I only got injured like 2 games before the end of the season now, and now, what, my strike partnership is gone? Diminished? It's just stupid. And of course, like Mike Ashley is now just rubbing his hands together, thinking, "What a profit I've made." You know, we signed this kid for what, 1.5 million under Pardew, I believe. What, good 6 or 7 seasons ago, I don't know. And now we're looking to sell him to the former Premier League champions for 30 odd million. Probably get the money up front. That'll probably go towards another takeover for, I don't know, Boots or something like that. And yeah, we're just left like our only recognised striker. Let's face it. I'm not counting Joselu. I'm not counting Ronda because he's not officially ours, or I don't think he will be. Almiron's not a striker, so our only recognised striker is now heading out the door down to Leicester. Now, Leicester, since Brendan Rodgers has taken over back in the last season, look very promising, and they've not even done much. You know, they've only given they gave Vardy a new lease of life, or Rodgers did, which was a clear obvious. I don't know what Puel was doing with Vardy. Obviously, got the likes of Damari Gray and all of these exciting youngsters, Madison, and then to add Perez into the mix. I mean, it stops Perez scoring. I'll tell you what, it stops Perez scoring against Leicester, because that lob against Leicester, he scored against them last season as well. That at least stops that. It's kind of like what we did with Ryan Taylor, but obviously a lot better. With us, 30 minutes, 30 million, and again, as I said at the start of the video, the exodus begins, because not only will Perez leave, I've got a funny feeling Longstaff might leave as well, and that might even hurt even more, seeing as he's a local lad. We'll probably get less money for him, and the fact that he's only played, what, half a season, but that didn't stop Andy Carroll going to Liverpool, and look how that panned out. But I've got a good feeling about Longstaff turning out better than Carroll, but I've not got a good feeling that he'll stay. I hope he does, and I hope I'm proved wrong. And to be honest, getting what, £55 million, because they're saying Longstaff at 25 million, £55 million for two players in this current climate. It's not a great deal of money. It's not. It's not like we can go and blow that on two players for ourselves. You know, half of that will go to the bank of Mike Ashley. The rest of that will probably go to, I don't know, some payday loan that he owes or whatever, because those debts are not paid off, let's face it. And then the rest of it will probably, like 5 million of it will go towards the transfer kitty that's still pending from Wijnaldum and Sissoko sales. So I don't know. It's not a positive one. It's looking like it's going ahead. News broke very late last night. First, I think it's Jeff Peters broke it, and then Keith Downey and Sky jumped on board with it and added a bit more sauce to it. And now it's looking more than likely. I think the player, i.e. Perez's agreed deal, is his deal term. Sorry. And it was looking likely towards the back end of last season anyway, because there's talk of contract talks and all the rest of it now. And I think he was in the same boat as Rafa. Him and Rafa, we all joke about it. Well, I joke about it anyway, like father and son. And I think he was waiting on Rafa to be confirmed before he can confirm his deal. So I reckon that was all, put together back in the last season, or at least contract talks were made before then. Like, I'm not believing that. They've just got on the blower to whoever, Mike Ashley last night, said, let's do 30 million. No, those deals do not happen like that. And the same thing with Benitez going to China, by the way. I must admit that. And guys, you got to admit that as well. That deal has not just happened just now. Obviously, he was probably hanging on for Newcastle, and we were his first priority. But deals don't just get made like that. Let's put that one to bed anyway. So, yeah, Perez was looking like he was ready to be off back in the last season. probably wanted a new contract at Newcastle United. Contract probably was too high above Mike Ashley's asking for. He's probably thinking, oh, I signed this kid for a couple of million quid, 6 or 7 years ago, and this guy wants to be what, one of our highest earners, but he deserves it. End of the day, the numbers speak for himself. So Leicester are getting a good signing. 30 million quid. It's just a shame that he's going to be playing against us twice a season at least, and he might even be, influencing where we finish in the table back in or this season coming up. So I don't know. You can tell I'm a bit annoyed by it, and it's the start of the day. Really ended my night badly and started my morning badly, but it's one of those things because we're going to have to get used to it this season because we're going to be losing a lot of players. Longstaff next, I reckon, and then maybe even Lascelles to follow as well. So Newcastle United fans, get used to this news. A lot of players going out the door for big money, and probably a couple of players coming through the door for not so big money. Probably free transfers, and we still haven't even got a manager as well. Pre-season starts Thursday, I believe. So what's that going to be led by? Neil Redfern and his army. Oh boy, I don't know. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is Perez a big loss for us or not? I kind of already know what you're going to say. There might be a few Perez haters in the comment section, but you got to face facts. He was our top goal scorer for the past 2 seasons, contributed a lot, and our only recognised striker is going out the door to, I wouldn't even say rivals because we can't even rival them, for 30 million quid. Have a nice day.